Nicholas Reece, I have never seen a pre-hit before you've even opened your mouth, but it's there and ready to respond if you wish. But look, no doubt I'm some sort of a knuckle dragger, a nationalist, somebody who, of course, is trying to wrap myself in the flag, when all I'm really interested in is China being held to the same standard as everyone else, which is if something was out of hand and we didn't handle it and 300,000 people died, you would demand an inquiry into it. I don't want handcuffs. I don't want reparations. I want an inquiry. Yet for us even suggesting it, these people are threatening to destroy our economy.
Well, look, I think it's a bit more complicated than that, Paul. I think everybody on this panel and everybody, I think, in mainstream Australian politics would agree that there needs to be an independent inquiry into how this virus got started in China and came to spread around the world. We all agree on that. And we also, I think everyone on this panel agree that Australia has a vastly superior political and economic system to China. So I don't want Bronwyn to take us down that foxhole tonight. But I do think that there is a lot of debate that needs to be had about what I think is the reckless and irresponsible handling of this issue by the Australian government. I mean, we just need to acknowledge, Paul, the importance of China to the livelihoods.
But what have we done that's reckless?
Millions of Australians. Please just let me get this point out. I mean, they account for 1/3 of the international income that Australia earns. They account for the next 5 biggest export markets after China. So they are very, very important to the livelihoods and well-being of many Australians. So I don't know, for one, why the Prime Minister needed to be the world-leading megaphone chest-beating leader to go after China on this issue. Couldn't we have played diplomacy a little bit more skillfully? Maybe had other countries that had a little bit less writing on possible retribution from China than us, and perhaps used a little bit more measured language, we would still, as a world, get to the independent inquiry that needs to happen.
Nicholas, you will have a bent spine from your kowtowing.
And the final thing that I think is absolutely inexcusable is, did you know, Paul, that Simon Birmingham, the Federal Trade Minister, has not spoken to his counterpart in China since November last year? Now, if you're in business and your most important customer...
How many times has the other bloke not answered the phone?
You haven't spoken within 6 months, I'd say you weren't running a very good operation. So
it's part of the threat process.
All levels by the Australian government on this one.
But Nicholas, help me out here, right? So we're supposed to lead the world as a small nation on climate change, but we can't lead the world on accountability for a virus that has killed 100 of our own citizens.
Well, hang on.
Well, no, we're either so small that we shouldn't be taking on big fights, or we should be leading the world as an example to countries like China. I can't work out the logic.
Well, Paul, you're the one that's always saying that Australia should not lead the world on climate change. So why are you saying now that we should lead the world?
That's restating my question.
Our most important customer when it comes to exports and livelihoods for Australia. Why are you saying that we should now be leading the way on that?
So, so Amanda, rather than just getting my own question back, apparently it's been reckless the way the government has handled this. How has it been reckless? The Prime Minister has not engaged when he's been asked certain questions, spun a certain way. He's just remained consistent about what his issue is. His issue isn't FU China. His issue is 100 of our citizens died. If it was a terrorist attack, we would want to know why.